What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're on a fantastic day today. And today we have the December 2024 Albuquerque Sunport International Airport update for you all. I really hope each and every one of you are excited for today's video as we finish off the year strong here at ABQ. We have some really awesome aircraft movements and several updates going into 2025 and beyond to talk about. So I hope all of you are excited for this today. And without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Alrighty. So starting right here, pushing back with macro mode, of course, because what kind of Albuquerque update would that be without it? Right here at B4, we have this American Eagle operated by SkyWest ERJ-175. This aircraft's heading out to Los Angeles today. This route continues to be a really good one here at the airport, and overall looking really strong, so definitely glad to see it, and definitely a critical component for sure. Alrighty. Next up, we have a Delta Connection ERJ-175. This aircraft's currently coming in from Salt Lake City, Utah. This is a down gauge. We had mainline there for a while. The mainline is supposed to return in May, so it will be a while. We'll talk about it more towards the end. But yeah, I can't remember if it was abrupt or if that's been the plan the whole time. But regardless, still really cool to have all that mainline, but the 175 is a great asset, so definitely really great to get to feature it here again. Next, we have the Delta Airlines Airbus A319 coming in from Minneapolis, St. Paul. This is really nice to have on the backstretch of 2024, and we will see it again in May of 2025. So, makes sense. I'm kind of surprised they didn't choose to bring it back in March, but it will do very well once it returns in May. So, very excited for that, but it had a really good run here. Great to get to feature it on a variety of aircraft, the A319, A320, 737 families. So, definitely plenty of aircraft, and overall, it was really cool to get the feature this year. So, definitely a huge highlight for sure. Our next aircraft is the Delta 737-900ER coming in from Atlanta. We featured the A321 and 737s this year, mainly 321s I think, but great to see the 739. We'll see these for quite a while going forward. So really strong. You can expect to see it here at gate B10 for a while. Next up, we have the Alaska Salmon People 737. This aircraft's coming in from Seattle today, a once daily 737 rounding it out here. Overall, it's been a really strong service and very excited to see what it's going to look like as we continue to move forward. And next we have an American 737 MAX 8. This aircraft's currently coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth. This is one of several new models in today's airport update, so really good to feature it. This is the NG release, of course, and you can kind of get a color comparison. So if I wouldn't have showed you the others, you probably would have thought that it was about right. It actually looks pretty good in this lighting condition. So still a really solid model, better than what we would have anticipated based upon those stock photos, but still looking nice, and yeah, really great mold. So definitely glad to feature it here. Here we have an American A319. This aircraft's currently coming in today from Phoenix Sky Harbor. You can catch this several times a day. It's been really fun to see the 319 going strong, and we will continue to see it as we move forward. A couple of other aircraft from the mainline family will also be operating in Phoenix. So very fun to see that. Will be interesting to see what's next. And you can also catch an American 737 out to Chicago O'Hare. You will be seeing more 175s for the immediate future following December. However, I believe we'll start to get the main line back sometime in the mid-spring next year. So it'll be interesting to watch. But yeah, great to have the 737 here for the Christmas holiday for sure. And how about the NG United MAX 8? This is a really great model, really glad to feature it. I have no, hard feelings towards the Gemini release, but quite simply, this release is just perfection. It is super nice. So really glad to have this. I might have to get the other registration. It's so good, to be completely honest. Anyway, though, this aircraft's currently coming in from Houston, George Bush. This will be a staple going forward for a little while. So cool to see the United mainline to Houston doing really well. And it's been quite fun to watch. So that's exactly what this aircraft is loading up and doing right here. So overall, looking very nice, and glad to get to feature it here today. Really strong. And we also have the United E320. Really glad to finally get the feature this here at Albuquerque, another new model for this airport. And this one's going to be heading over to Denver today. So you can catch this on the double daily mainline right now. I'm sure next time we'll be back to our 5 daily flights. But yeah, it's been quite fun to see what's been going on here with all the frequencies. And definitely it's been fun to see United amp up their mainline capacity. Although we'll have a little bit of regression moving back into the spring months. But you'll hear about that momentarily. Here's a Spirit A320 coming in from Las Vegas. This flight's definitely been a nice focal point to watch over the last couple of years, so been really fun. And I think they continue to do really well, so hope that Spirit will be able to climb out of their bankruptcy and hopefully get back to profitability at some point in the future. So still looking strong there. Southwest also has a nice variety of movement going on. Here's their 737-700 coming in from Baltimore, and now it's going to be heading out to Burbank. So no doubt a really nice skew of routes and casts to go forward. And we'll also have returning service to Nashville. This route will return on that will be April 8th of 2025, excuse me. I would pretty much call it a new route because the last time it was served was actually in 1998, so it was a long time ago when they served it, but that was back when this airport had a nice little focus city going for Southwest and the origin of New Mexico 1. So great to see that. We'll have to get New Mexico 1 here when we start that new flight. But yeah, great to see that route. It's technically returning, but let's just call it a new route. So that will be beginning April 8th. So really excited to see them continuing to grow that Nashville network, as many cities are getting new service there, like Louisville, Tulsa, Jackson, Mississippi, among some others. So yeah, great to see Albuquerque on that list. That's a longer flight, so really happy to see that, and that will definitely be a big money maker for Southwest moving forward. So really excited about that. That'll be awesome. Next, we have the Southwest 737-800 coming in today from Chicago Midway. This aircraft's now heading out to Oakland. I really like here at Albuquerque how you could go to the East Coast or West Coast pretty easily on Southwest. Definitely keeps the cost down a little bit. Also keep in mind, though, that there's not many large surrounding airports. The next biggest one, honestly, is probably Colorado Springs, and that's like 5 hours away at least, so it's not really anywhere close. And the next would, and then 5 hours as well, would probably be Phoenix. So yeah, this is pretty much your only option, so you're going to want quite a bit of air service here at this airport considering that. Another new model to the party, this is the Triple Crown 1 Southwest 737-800 by NG. Another spectacular effort, really good job. This aircraft's coming in from San Diego, and now it's going to be making the flight today over to Orlando. So great to see all those flights. Orlando is currently on Saturdays, which is great, and it will be back to its daily flight in the summer. So really awesome that Southwest continues to expand, new flights, new frequencies, all of what you would want here at the airport. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to watch as we continue to move forward. Waiting for some baggage carts, we have this 737-700. This aircraft's currently coming in from Kansas City, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Baltimore. Two really cool routes as well, so it's been fun to see how those have performed here at the airport. And yeah, it's really fun to continue to watch the expansion here. So definitely excited for what's next and what's ahead. And lastly, we'll get back to some fundamental routes. This 737 MAX 8 is currently coming in from Denver, and now it's going to be heading over to Houston Hobby. So definitely some very, origin and very important focal points that Southwest has had here. So of course their biggest planes have got to go on that. So Albuquerque does see a good variety of aircraft types. It's not really just one. You'll see 700s, 800s, and MAX 8s pretty much all day, every day. So that's been fun to watch. A little bit of regression for this aircraft as well. You're probably wondering why the United E-175 is already back, and that's because I don't know if United purposely did this previously or not, but from what I remember looking at back late summer, they had the main line scheduled on San Francisco. Well, that's since been pulled off. So we're back to 2 ERJ-175s on San Francisco for the immediate future. That is currently scheduled all the way through June. Now, I will be recording updates through March in this block of pre-recording. So no clue what's going on, but I am keeping my eye on it because I've been really keeping my eye on all the United mainline flights to small hub airports like Albuquerque. So I'll be sure to keep my eyes in the loop. I know in March we'll have a second daily Houston mainline, so that'll be cool here. But yeah, as of for what particularly is going on with the San Francisco flight, not really sure. Once again, I thought for sure I saw mainline on it previously, but they must have got pulled off. So yeah, valid as of now, we'll be seeing this aircraft back on that flight, which is a little unfortunate. The mainline was performing really well. I remember looking at some seat maps to confirm those findings. Those were accurate. So yeah, very interested with what's going on there, but we'll have to continue to keep our eye on it, and hopefully we'll see some mainline next summer, or maybe in April or May. We'll have to see what the revisions look like, but we're one revision into it, and it currently looks like it will be a regional jet for the immediate future along with macro mode. Okay. We luckily have some more exciting news over here for Advanced Air. So this PC-12 is currently coming in on a new seasonal service from Angel Fire, New Mexico. So this one's really cool. Presumably a little bit of a mix between grant money and I know they have a big ski resort there. So I don't know if that was any push of a factor to get it there. It kind of hints that seasonal service being in the winter. I'm thinking it's because of the ski resort. I'm not completely sure though. But anyway, coming in from Angel Fire, this aircraft's now heading out to Carlsbad, New Mexico as well. So it's great to see those along with service to is it Corias? I'm not exactly sure how that's said. And then Silver City as well. So yeah, 4 destinations for Advanced Air. Love the EAS service. Kind of goes back to the discussion we had with Southwest. Not many surrounding airports, so definitely want those smaller communities to be served. And you can make a pretty easy connection here as well. Now, obviously, you're going to have to pay some money to do that, but it might be worth it for some people. So you can catch multiple flights on Advanced Air. I am kind of curious on what the price on those were. I would be more than happy to book a turn out to Albuquerque just to a day trip, rather, just to do a turn on a Silver Air aircraft. So definitely always looking into those EAS flights because some of them are moving off from EAS, like The Southern Airways flight to Quincy and Burlington, Iowa, those will be moving up to Air Wisconsin, so that means American Eagle will start to serve those airports, which is epic. So yeah, definitely want to do all these affordable prop flights before they become unaffordable with regional jets. Okay, we have quite a variety of general aviation, cargo, and military aircraft next, so let's go ahead and take a look. Macro mode just is really killing it today. Starting with the Cessna 172 taxiing out for a local flight around the area. Forgetting the flight school's name, but we'll say it's for the flight school. UPS 757-200, this aircraft's heading out to El Paso today. So looking strong, came in from Dallas-Fort Worth. We got a Gulfstream G650ER. This aircraft came in today from Austin, and now it's going to be making a flight today out to San Diego's Montgomery Field. And we got a Challenger 350 going to be heading its way on over to Quincy, Iowa, and came in earlier today from Spokane, Washington. Prime Air 737-800 freighter coming in from Cincinnati on turnaround. That's been a fun service to watch from Sun Country. Another new model, I think this is the first appearance in an Albuquerque update for sure. The GeminiJets FedEx 757, the NG one was obviously slightly better, but this one's very good. No major complaints, especially for getting it for a much more reasonable price than the NG again. So this one is currently coming in from, it's really hit or miss. Mainly A300s operate the service to Denver, but we do get an occasional 757, so just want to feature it here to say that yes, the FedEx 757 is back in action, so we'd love to see that. Here's the FedEx 767-300 freighter coming in on turnaround from Memphis, so of course we'd love to see that getting loaded up with all the semi trucks and whatnot. And the UPS 767-300 freighter is coming in today from Louisville, so also looking very strong there for that particular offering. Lastly, we have a good variety of taxiing aircraft like the Portland flight on Alaska. You can catch this only 4 times a week right now, and that will be the immediate future. Just really tough with the assets. I think Alaska is really prioritizing some more frequencies on some shorter services and some that have a little bit more demand. So that's why you're probably seeing this only 4 times a week on Thursdays, Fridays, Sundays, and Mondays. We'll see what it looks like after March, but that is the immediate future of the route, which is crazy to think about it being mainline previously. Just kind of tough. That's definitely been a pandemic one that's really hurt. Next, we have the Arizona National Guard KC-135. You bet this is doing a local flight around the area, so that's exactly what he's up to. And we have the Delta Connection ERJ-175, the Los Angeles flight for SkyWest. This one will remain consistent. You can catch it 3 times a day, so it's definitely a pivotal connection here as we continue to go to the greater LA area, so we love to see that. And then we have the Chicago mainline for the United A319. This is being operated a handful of days during Christmas, so that's why this is here, similar to American. However, you will be catching less mainline on this. It'll be back to the 175. However, that's what it's been historically usually. So San Francisco, I was just a little surprised because that was double daily mainline pretty consistently, and now it's going to go all the way down to the regional. This has been hit or miss. We've seen 175s and mainline alternate back and forth for several months. That one's not quite as surprising. Plus, they have competition on it. Not as much competition. San Francisco, just the surrounding flight there to San Jose and Oakland on Southwest. That's the only area competition on that. No actual SFO flights besides United. So yeah, I really hope all of you enjoyed the update. Let's go ahead and talk about some ABQ updates as we move into 2025. First off, this goes for all the model airports, by the way, that Southwest operates to. Their schedule for January and February will be 15 to 25% less than what it was in 2024. Just the overall effect from some various reasons, from the Elliott Group pressure to put some planes on the ground to make some more money and increase the load factors, along with just reorientating a little bit. Those are going to be the reasons, and a little bit of fleet management. So yeah, that will be a little bit of an impact towards statistics here. I think that Albuquerque fared pretty well, but still lost some flights like everywhere else. So that's the current status on them. Otherwise, we're all good. Nashville starts April 8th. Very excited about that. And yeah, overall frequencies, we're in a good spot on all of them. Okay, once again, American, we're in a good place. A few less A319s, the Phoenix, otherwise pretty standard. And then Chicago will be the 175, so that's what you can expect. And then we also have the Delta flight to Minneapolis. That'll be back in May, currently scheduled as 739. We'll see what shows up, so excited for that. But it's been great to have it for the rest of the year, so it's been awesome. Alaska, no major changes. A once daily flight to Seattle, and then the Portland flight 4 times a week. That's what you can find there. And United, getting into a little bit more detail. So Houston mainline remains. The Denver mainline remains double daily. And yeah, San Francisco, like I said, we are down to the 2 regional jets. Not exactly sure what happened there. I'm assuming they just ran out of either slots, fleet availability, or both. So yeah, we can catch the 175 on that. Hopefully by the summer that will be back. I would love to see it, but we'll keep our eye on it. So that's the status there. And then Chicago, like I said, will be the 175 going forward. Spirit, no changes, daily service. So we'll love to see that. So yeah, that's the updates for the Sunport. Hopefully it will be an awesome year. Really eager to see what happens. Every airport's been, there's been a little bit of tough times for some of the airports. Even my local airport that's done really well is down about 3.5% for November 2024 numbers. And I think it's just attributed to, you know, last year at the end of 2023, we really had a nice balance of affordable tickets and capacity. And I think that we got a little too much on the higher prices for some of the airline tickets, and that really affected the load factor for some of these airports. I know that some of them, especially like Cleveland, Ohio, has had much less capacity, so their numbers are way down. And even particular examples like Bellingham, Washington, Syracuse, New York for the Southwest pullouts, those airports have been substantially affected because the other airlines just simply cannot send enough capacity to make up for losing that service. And obviously we've had a couple of other changes too. So yeah, it's been, every airport's had a little bit, but as far as I know, the ABQ Sunport's doing pretty good. I was here on a connection in September and it was a really nice visit. So yeah, all of it looked really good and they continue to move forward. So once again, very excited for the new Southwest service and what next summer is going to look like. So it should be pretty awesome here, to say the least. So typically at the end of the year in the Albuquerque updates, I usually go into a brief channel update, and I did the last several years, so I feel like it's necessary to do it here, even though there will be a full channel update video, so check that out here in the coming weeks. But I always feel like it's good here because this is where the consistency on my channel started to always reflect a little bit. So if you'd like to tune off, feel free to do so, but this will be a very meaningful segment of the video, so I appreciate anybody that views it. But getting into an update here for just how 2024 went in general, I was really happy with this year. I thought that we really made some huge strides, not only on the channel, but, you know, obviously the whole community did. And there were so many awesome events that I was fortunate enough to get to attend, along with just the progression of the model aircraft landscape was huge this year. We saw jet set models completely change what this airport looks like, so can't be more appreciative of that, along with just all these new models. I mean, there's several models in this video today that were not here last year at this time, which is really great. So just seeing all the new models continue to, you know, circulate in is fantastic, and I'm really excited for what's to come in the future. So that aspect definitely needs to be recognized, I think. And then just thinking ahead to the future, there will be some substantial changes in my life, and you'll see that next year for sure. So we continue to move forward. I got 1 year left at college, and I have an upcoming internship, and that will be taking place during the spring. So expect more pre-recorded content as usual, but it'll be kind of similar to what you saw a few years ago regarding the content and how it was recorded during college. So it'll be kind of a similar landscape. And then beyond that, I'm not exactly sure what next summer looks like, and next fall should be pretty open once again. So I'm really going to try to plan some big projects out recording wise to, you know, really finish up my time here at my parents' house strong. And then obviously I am going to be job searching after that. So into 2026, as we talked about last time, but it's now half the time than what it was then. So now we're a year closer to obviously massive changes ahead. And what I can say is that I'm going to be here. I don't have any plans on going anywhere. Obviously, there may be a few less videos than what has been in the past, or there may be, you know, less live content. It might all be recorded at once, but it's still not going to take away from the content being here regularly. So yeah, it's been really tough to see several aviation YouTubers, particularly in the model aircraft landscape, come and go. But, you know, life happens. We obviously had that big spike during the pandemic of all kinds of uploads. And then obviously, slowly but surely, we've had some trail off. And I wish the best to all those individuals that just can't upload as often. I completely understand. Some of it's by choice, some of it's not. And I respect everybody's decision, of course. You know, this is obviously a hobby for most people, if not all, and there's only so much you can do when it doesn't pay the bills. So I completely understand for all of those that obviously can't upload all the time or simply don't want to spend the time doing it. It's very understandable. But what I can say is that my content won't be going anywhere. I know that's made a huge difference on many people, and I can't not recognize that. And I love making these videos as much as I did when we started this airport 6.5 years ago. So what would be the point of departing now? And there's not one. So that's why we're going to be here. But, you know, I do want to recognize, you know, regardless of whatever change it will be, and even this airport at this time next year possibly will be moving to a new location already. Now, I don't know what the landscape that's going to look like. It will certainly be different because, once again, this corner of my room is really where the consistency on this channel started. And I always think about it when I come back here is, you know, what happens if I don't build the airport here and start its consistency? And the question is, or the answer is, I have no idea where we are at this point. So obviously I had the channel and was uploading here and there, but I never made it a focal point that we were going to do it regularly. And we went from once weekly videos to several weekly videos to daily videos, and it's been really fun to watch. So I'm really excited about what the future holds. And again, there will be some pre-recorded content, but I've really enjoyed making the aviation news videos, so you can expect some more of those, and obviously real life ones too. I hope to get back to some flight simulator content down the road at some point. We'll see what happens with that. It's certainly really tough with the time commitment that goes into it. There's also a little bit less demand from my particular audience for it, but I definitely would like to integrate it in some capacity at some point down the road. But anyway, it's been really fun with what's been going on here, and just wanted to give this corner a moment to recognize. I know this video was a little longer than what it should have been, but I really wanted to recognize that, as I always do. So a couple days ago, I watched the 2019, briefly checked into it, the Albuquerque update, and I remember, you know, it was just much different to see it, you know, and just the absolute vibe as well. I recorded it during night because I didn't have enough time to record it during the day, and, you know, just pieces like that, you know, you don't think about it. And then obviously recording every update individually at that time, not pre-recording, just the system of how it went was certainly interesting. But yeah, it's quite a contrast for sure, and I know that not all of you get to see it behind the scenes. I probably need to do some behind the scene videos at some point, but regardless of the case, it's certainly been very fun. I hope all of you have enjoyed it. I certainly have enjoyed making it, and yeah, my number one goal here is to be the difference, and that's the exact objective of what we're doing here today. So regardless of how many videos you watch mine, or, you know, how many of you stayed till the end, I do really appreciate the support, regardless of what videos there are. I know some of them are more enjoyable than others, but my goal is to provide quality and quantity content, and, you know, there's not many other model aircraft YouTubers that upload every single day. So yeah, fortunate to be here, and that the system works well into the schedule. But with all that being said, yeah, it's been quite a time here. We'll definitely talk about it in the channel update, but I've really enjoyed every moment that we've got to record back here at this airport. And the good news is the airport's not going anywhere. It just might be moving to a new location to continue its run. So it's quite exciting. We will continue to move forward. It will be a big day in June of 2028 when this airport reaches its 10th year anniversary. That will be an absolutely fantastic milestone we'll have to celebrate. But we are currently going to January of 2025, so we are on our way to that first. So I hope all of you are excited for it. It will be awesome. And again, thank you all so much for watching the video. It means the world to me, and I'm so excited for what's to come. So with that being said, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Just process. Do you love what you do? My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon, as Redriveraviation is signing off.